Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of January 16th. If you're new here, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. I'll be doing 5-card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Lapis Lazuli, the Borderless Rider-Waite-Smith with Amethyst, and the Tarot de Marseille with White Crystal. We also have 4 different Oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. It's totally fine if you're drawn to more than one. And of course, you can pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, the timestamps are right below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. Alright, group 1, let's see what we have for you. By the way, a bunch of cards fell out as I was shuffling for you. I chose to only look at the bottom one, which was the Knight of Coins reversed. Don't know what that means, if anything, but as usual, I'm going to throw down all 5 cards. Don't panic, group 1. And this should be well framed for you. Yup. Group 1, put simply, what got you here won't get you there. I think that the key challenge for you for this week is it's almost as if you have come so far throughout the year for 2022, like doing a bunch of things on your own and figuring it out and all that shit. And I think that this momentum that you're bringing into this new year, which is already, still early, is putting a lot of pressure on you. One thing that jumped out at me was the juxtaposition between the 2 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. So this guy has the world in his hands, right? And it doesn't look heavy. However, the guy on the 10 of Wands, who also has a lot on his hands, and it's seeming like a burden for this guy, So I would invite you to just keep in mind that getting help doesn't diminish you. I gave a very similar reading recently, and I think the 10 of Wands was involved in that one also. But anyway, getting help doesn't diminish you, and I think that if you could. This is going to sound weird, but it's going to sound weird and it's too long to explain why I'm phrasing it this way, but there is a story behind it. If you could figure out a way to offload the bottom 25% tasks that you have, that would probably go a long way into helping you make the decisions that you have to make this week. But I think that coming to terms with the fact that you're not an island, and that even though it has worked great for you in 2022, that might you might have hit the point of diminishing returns as far as how much you can take on by yourself, and this could also be as simple as being open to the feedback of others, but I'm kind of digressing into the other reading here. But one thing is for sure, you're absolutely capable, but it's time to figure out what is more apt to have on your plate and what might be better delegated to someone else's plate, even if it's thinking about certain things, So yeah, that's what I got for you. Thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 2, the all amethyst theme, team. Let's see what we got for you. So I'm going to throw down all 5 cards. Interesting. Just make sure this is good. All right, I'll see you right now. Group 2, don't be making mountains out of molehills. I think that this is a week for you to pick your fights and to understand that sometimes Sometimes things will rub people the wrong way, but I think that for you, and a lot of this is these two cards here, also combined with the High Priestess reverse, which we'll get to shortly. I think that sometimes when no matter who said the thing wrong or no matter who interprets the thing wrong, I think that sometimes when things are said that are misinterpreted, it can lead to a lot of needless friction. And I think that for you, this week is a time to keep that in mind and to just remember that no matter how someone's tone might be misappreciated from on the part of another person, that it's not cause to lose sight of what you're in this to do together. And I have the feeling the fact that this is a Three of Cups and not a Three of Coins, that like even if like this could either be a relationship with some friends or people that actually mean something to you. And I think that if you lose sight of what the bigger picture is, that can be what can lead to some needless conflict for you this week. I would encourage you also to still, like, don't, how can I say this? Don't be so open to people's ideas that you're like pondering a bunch of bullshit, like how, oh, maybe we should, maybe we should maybe we should put "fuck you" in the title of this YouTube video just to provoke people and do some edgy marketing, unless that's actually your brand. That might be an example of an idea that's not worth considering. However, there might be ideas that seem as crazy as the ones that I just floated here in this example, that might not actually be as crazy as they appear at first glance. Just remember that to be mindful, to not take things too personally, and to be mindful if other people are taking things too personally, then that's their shit. And to be mindful of when you choose to let it go and when you choose to actually make a thing out of it. And I think that for some of you, for many of you actually, it would be a good time to really find your center and connect to that quiet place in your mind, which might help you navigate these very issues that I just alluded to this whole time. Yeah, that's actually what I have for you, group 2. So thank you very much for trusting me with your reading. You can use the timestamps in the description below to go to your Oracle card reading. I'll see you there. All right, group 3, my Marseille homies. You know the drill. I'm going to throw down all 5 cards. Reading for you is what made me decide to do this for everyone else, actually. So thank you for that. Give me a second here. This framing should be perfect. Group 3, this is looking like a really good week for you. It's looking like a kind of a breakthrough week. I think that you have an opportunity to either the Ace of Swords and the Ten of Swords at the bottom of your deck can be playing off of each other in one of 2 ways. So I'm going to read both. You could either the central theme of the week is creativity, but you could either have an opportunity to get a sudden idea or moment of clarity that can make you bring a project to completion with success, but it's going to involve, putting in the work. It's looking like a good week. It might be a little tiring for you, group 3. The other way that this can play out, these 2 cards playing off of each other, is it could be that the new idea comes from the successful completion of a project or a thought process, which can give you the aha moment for the next thing. So either way that these two cards are playing off of each other, this is looking really good for you. Now, the card that confused me the most was this Lover card here. And remember, in the Tarot de Marseille, this is not the Lovers, it's the Lover. And as with a lot of major arcana cards, I read this card a little differently. So you're well surrounded. And the way that I would interpret this Lover card is also one of two ways. If the people around you, if the people in your network are trying to like discourage you from putting in the back-breaking work that you need to do this week, just keep in mind that they mean well. I don't see any like malice around this card. And on the flip side, if some of the people around you are offering help or are offering to help you, do whatever work that you need to bring this thing to a completion, or at least to a point of success here, then be open to that. This is a good week to let them do that if they wish. So that's honestly all I have for you. These were really quick readings this week. So thank you very much for, actually I'll put this at the bottom. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump ahead a couple seconds, and I'll see you basically right now. All right. Great. All right, let's get to the Oracle card. Group A, your card is Holding Together. This is I Ching hexagram number 8. And the keywords are union, cooperation, solidarity, membership, teamwork, participation, making a choice. Honestly, no matter what reading that I gave, this fits so perfectly, I almost don't feel like adding anything. One of y'all, one of the groups, the aspect of making a choice kind of comes to the forefront a little more. But no matter what, I think that this is a huge omen that you're well surrounded and you can get by with a little help from our friends. This is looking like a great week where that you will be more than the sum of your parts collectively. Group B, your card is Time for a Nap. Well, with a card like this, it's very difficult for me to not take it too literally. We have this really cute fox type thing sleeping on the moon. It's funny, this kind of conflicts with one of the readings that I gave. So I'm just going to say, make sure to rest. Don't neglect your sleep. This is a good week to, of the things that you may or may not put to the side for this week while you're working on your things, sleep is not the one for y'all to neglect for this week. I'll just leave it at that. Group C, do we finally have new moon in Aquarius? Do we? No, we don't. We have Step Out of Your Comfort Zone, the North Node. Well, it's looking like a week for you to step into your power, no matter what that means for you. And again, this is one of these cards that fits so well with all three readings that I gave, to the point where it's difficult for me to think of something to add. Just remember that you've earned this, and no matter what modifications that you might need to do to get to the next step, if it involves change, it's going to be inherently uncomfortable. And finally, Group D, your card is Dignified Strength. Holy shit! This is looking like a really amazing week. For this group in particular, it's looking like you have the wind at your back. So just remember, I don't think that this comes into conflict with any of the readings that I gave. Just remember that sometimes strength doesn't always express itself in the same way, but just if you're feeling lack of confidence, and you pick this card, it's not very justified, and you might want to do things that make you feel powerful, and but it's really looking like you have the wind at your back. So on that note, thank you very much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, or if you like this video, please like the video. It helps me out a lot. And on that note, I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. You take care.